This program is brought to you by UCKG.
Coming up in tonight's show, many of you who are about to start watching the program have seen how many people have their lives destroyed and ruined due to drinking problems, financial problems, family problems, self-destruction. In today's program, we will have a couple that together have managed to overcome alcohol addiction and health problems that have affected their lives a lot. And today, together, they can find the harmony they needed for a healthy family life. Don't miss out.
Hi, welcome to Finding Answers, and tonight we're going to talk about something very interesting. You know, is it possible to change your family? As you can be looking at me right now, you are at home, you are going through a problem and you find yourself in a very difficult time. You know, you find yourself like me at this moment. You know, when you look around in the studio, you see yourself alone. And tonight we are going to have something very interesting, a testimony, a live guest, a family that is going to be here with us, that is going to share his story, share how they were able to change their lives around. And as you can see, maybe your life has been like this, empty. Maybe your life, you are there watching this program, and in your own living room, you find yourself alone, rejected. You find that your family has been broken. You find yourself in loneliness. And this has been a problem for many people. But tonight, with our live guest that we are going to bring here to the studio, we will prove to you that with God, it's possible to change our family around. It doesn't matter the problem. What matters is that we must have a leap of faith to believe that God is able to change our house, our family around. And to prove that, we are going to watch a testimony now. And when we come back, we are going to discuss, because sometimes the problems in the family has been the main issue, not even in England, but all over the world. You have to agree with me that the most common problems that we face is family problems. So let's go to watch this testimony. When we come back, we'll talk to Pastor Neil, who will be here with us tonight as well. And we will speak to you what God has to tell you tonight.
I wanted to be financially independent, but it seemed like even though I had an okay job, it wasn't enough to do the things, not just that I needed to do, but that I wanted to do. And so I decided to start my own business.
I was looking for a job, but I couldn't find. Even applying for the simplest job, they would refuse. I didn't know what to do. I was on GSA.
I was able to do that, and things were moving forward. However, it was a struggle. And as a result, I realized I was starting to get more debts or sink into debt.
To the point that I had to leave the place that I was living, and I was staying at someone's place, sleeping in a sofa in the living room.
Things were really tight. Even though orders would come, it wouldn't be enough to meet the monthly outgoings. And I was in a situation where I didn't know what to do.
I was applying for a job seeker's allowance, and even that, you know, I believed in such a great God, and still I was on job seeker's allowance.
Instead of the business adding to my life, it was like it was taken away, to the point that I felt to give up. It seemed like there was nothing I could do to turn the situation around. I knew that the business itself came in an impossible way. However, it was now becoming a burden, and I didn't know what to do to make the situation better.
When the campaign came, I took this as an opportunity to change the situation, because I knew if I called God's attention, He would answer me.
After the campaign, everything changed in such a dramatic way. I began to have so many orders that even in some cases I had to put some aside.
I wrote on my request, I asked God exactly what I wanted, the salary, the job, and after the campaign, God opened the door for me.
It seemed impossible for me to be financially independent and to have what I needed when I needed.
Now I have exactly what I asked for, the salary, even more, the position.
I made more within 3 months than I did in a whole year put together of the previous year. Now things are completely different. I managed to clear off thousands and thousands in debts.
It's amazing because we ask for so small, but God gives us even what we don't expect.
I don't owe any of those that are involved with my business anything at all. Things have completely changed, and now for my business the future is very bright.
It's so great to hear this good news. As you can see, a life was changed, was transformed by the power of faith. And in tonight's topic of finding answers, we are talking about something that's very, nowadays a big issue. Families have been destroyed. The concept of family has been, a mess. People are messing up things when it comes to family. And maybe you're watching this program right now and you are living, sorry to say the word, but in a dysfunctional family. Your family is not functioning properly. You find yourself alone. And the questions that many people have is this: can my family change? Is it possible, to change my family by changing myself? Is it possible to demand from them a change and me continuing being the same person? Ask yourself this question. Sometimes the problems that you face in life are there because either you or a family member. But when we look at the situation overall, we will find that there is a 50-50% chances that everyone is committing a mistake, a problem. And we want to address this today to you with our live guests because they were able to save their family, to save their marriage, and to save themselves. And if you're watching this program right now and we are wondering, can my life change? Can I save and rescue my family? Can I bring back the unity, the love, the comfort? Yes, you can. It's possible. It's entirely up to you to make that decision. Yes, it's up to you. You are the one who makes a decision. You are the one who makes choices. And then everything depends on what you want. An empty house full of furniture, like we showed you in the beginning of the program, or you want a house that everybody is together. We are here tonight with Pastor Neil. Good evening, Pastor Neil.
Good evening, Pastor David.
How are you tonight?
I am okay. I'm okay, yes.
So how many times we have found that families have been destroyed? The concept of family nowadays has been a big issue.
Big issue, and many times, Pastor David, what we see is family, they live based on just pictures. Mm-hmm. They have the pictures there in the house. The house is empty, but the pictures, they're there, and they just live on the memory. They try to block their minds from the reality and put their mind in those past good times. And they fail to accept that the house is empty. And I need to do something to change this. And that's the reason why you find many people, they give up. How can my family change? It has been 5 years is like this. It has been 10 years like this. What can I do? But as you said earlier on, through the power of faith, it can change.
Yeah, and it's important, Pastor Neil, as well, that sometimes the person wants to change her family, but she forgets about herself.
Yeah.
You are watching us right now, and if you want our help, if you are watching this program and you feel lonely, you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, you feel like everything in your life has gone away and you're not holding it anymore. It went away. You lost the grasp of your family, the grasp of your own life. If you want, you can email us at help@findinganswers.tv. This is email that you can express yourself, express your problem, express the situation that you're going through, and Pastor Neil will be here to help this person in prayer.
For sure. And you cannot be afraid to send an email. Because once you send, we are going to answer you. And Pastor David, sometimes you see the person is afraid to make a step. As you said, the person forget themselves. They're afraid, no, how am I going to change? I'm afraid to make the step for the change to happen. But soon they will see in our live guests that our guests, they took the step and the change was made.
A change is possible. That's why the name of this program, It Is Possible. Everything is possible, even though if you are looking for an answer, you will find an answer when you put your faith in God. And this is what we want to show you. We want to pass this faith that we have to you who's watching this program and show you that it is possible, that you don't need to live a life of suffering, of loneliness. You don't live, like Pastor Neil was saying, maybe your house is full of portraits and everybody takes a picture, they put a big smile. But in reality, you know that maybe that smile of that picture was only for the picture. Because in reality, that unity, that laughter, that enjoyment, you don't have for a long time in your house. And sometimes not even inside of you. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, maybe it's there. The problem is not maybe around you, but it's inside of you. Like the studio was empty in the beginning, like you are empty inside of you. If you really want an answer, I want to invite you to receive a prayer in the end of this program, at the foot of the cross. We are going to say a prayer in your behalf. And I believe that no matter where you are right now, the Spirit of God is going to touch you and He will lift up your spirit. Don't be afraid. Don't look to the left or to the right. Keep your focus. Keep focused and ask yourself this simple question. Can my life, my family change? Is it possible for me to regain back that happiness that I lost? Is it possible to change? The problem was there. It destroyed you. It was an addiction. It was, maybe adultery. Maybe you had jealousy inside your own family, and that brought a big division inside your house. And now you say to yourself, I don't want to live like this. I want to find an answer. And I believe that God can provide that for you. If you want, you also have our phone line that you can call us. It's 020-7686-6300. It's there in your screen if you want to. And you can call us. And for sure, an advisor will be in the other line to hear you out. And God now, at this moment, as you are watching this program, it doesn't matter where you are, God will change your life if you believe. All right? He can and He will if you believe. Let's go for a short break. When we come back, we are going to talk to our live guests, this couple that was able to turn their life around.
I was depressed for many years, but not anymore. And now it's my turn to help you lead a happier and healthier life.
Watch The Chrissy B Show on MyTV.
Melting polar ice caps, droughts, and rising sea levels. Climate change brings global disasters, and human activities are part of the problem. But people around the world are looking for ways to address the threat.
Watch Global 3000 on MyTV. The Day provides current news and affairs background analysis.
A growing number of migrants crossed the Serbian-Hungarian border.
There is no doubt about it.
Understand top stories, get professional expertise, statistics and video footage that will give a full insight into the world's most recent issues. Get information in its most complete form. Watch The Day on MyTV. Latest digital inventions, cyber concerns and much more uncovered in Shift. Everything you need to know about the modern digital world. Watch Shift on MyTV. Meet the amazing SUV Jaguar, the stylish Fiat, a vintage VW, a sporty Honda, and the Green Smart ED. Drive it, test it, know it. We have cars for any taste. Explore vehicles and their features with our weekly show. Watch Drive It on MyTV.
Pushing me for the rest of the week, so it's like a boost.
Things were really tight.
Today, the way I see myself is completely different.
Hi, welcome back in Finding Answers, and we are here now. Pastor Neil, we are together here, seated down, because we have a lovely couple. The camera has not shown them yet.
Yes.
But they are here today to tell their story. You know, maybe you are watching this program and you have been in a relationship in and off. Maybe you are, you know, together with someone for many years, but you have never got married. Maybe you have children and your children is giving you a hard time, big problems, maybe in the health, maybe the addiction, like this couple that we are going to introduce to you now. And Pastor Neil, one thing is, the most important thing in our life is that with God, everything is possible.
Everything. And sometimes when you said it is possible, they said, how?
Yeah.
And they're going to see, when our live guests, they will speak, they're going to see how it is possible. Because when you look at your house, your home, your family, what do you see? Do you see a home? Do you see division? What do you see? But if you believe by the power of faith in the living God, it can change, then it can change.
So let's talk to our live guests here tonight, right? Good evening.
Good evening, Pastor.
You are Mr.?
Mr. Glenn.
Glenn and?
Mrs. Kelly.
Kayla.
Sylvia.
Sylvia and Glenn, right? Yeah. So, how was your life? You know, today you are here together. We were talking off air that you have married recently, but you have been living together for
25 years.
25 years. For 25 years of your life you have lived together.
Yeah.
How was your life before you found the faith in God?
It was quite terrible. I was suffering from addictions, drinking, and drugs, and I was having problems with my kids too.
So, when did you start drinking and involving yourself in drugs?
It's a good, 30 years I've been drinking.
30 years?
Yeah.
Sorry to ask you, if you don't mind. How old are you now?
I'm 48 now.
You're 48. So since you were 18 onwards, you were engaged with alcohol?
Yeah, it wasn't heavy at first, but it started, as I got problems, it started getting heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How would you feel yourself in that time? Why would you go and find refuge in that?
Because I had there was anything I had problems with, then I referred to the alcohol. And as I was mixing with the wrong crowds while I was working, link up with a lot of different kind of people. And then I got into drugs and the alcohol at the same time.
So you got involved in those things. Were you already together in that time?
Yes.
So your entire life you spent like this?
Yes, together.
So to avoid a problem?
Yeah, I went to...
You went to the
alcohol.
But you're creating another problem?
Yeah, with the drugs.
With the drugs, right? And in your family, correct?
Yeah.
So, Miss Sylvia, right?
Yes.
So, how was he in that time? Was it easy to handle him, to talk to him that time?
Mine was always somewhere else, and I couldn't really talk to him, not like a normal couple, because he was always he would go to work and I wouldn't see him weekends. A lot of the time he wouldn't be there, and I had to bring up the kids, and I was just down most of the time. I was just living day to day, but I did talk to him, but it wasn't as...
You never had a good relationship, communication.
Yes.
Every time you were trying to talk to him, he was already involved in the drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Was it easy to handle that situation?
Sometimes it'd be all right when obviously the next day it'll be a bit more clearer, but most of the time he was just out, you know, because he was out all day, 4 days work, come in, get up, he's gone again. On weekends I wouldn't see him much, you know.
So, Miss Sylvia, how was the situation? How were you handle this situation with your husband, with yourself? How were you feel within yourself?
Well, I wasn't really handling it very well. I was depressed. I used to cry a lot, you know, and, you know, I just wasn't coping very well with it.
You were not coping with that situation?
I wasn't at the time.
So when would you get home, how would you react? Would you be happy? Would you try to talk to him and you would not listen? How was the environment?
Yeah, I did try to talk to him, you know, and he did listen for a bit, but, you know, it'd always happen again.
He would go back and do...
Yeah, just carry on, yeah.
What you didn't want him to do?
The drinking and going out with his friends, especially at weekends. Because he'd come and he would drink in a week, but not much. It's mainly the weekends that he would stay out all night, you know.
All night?
Yeah, the whole weekend.
Wow. What was going on in your head? You didn't want to go home? You didn't want to stay at home? Because, you know, there are many people watching us now that maybe go through this similar problem. There are many couples who are going through this, you know. The husband comes back home, you know, weekends, you plan to do something in the family together, right? You're expecting him to stay at home and be there with you and talk to you and help you out. But then you're not at home, you were, you know, drinking out with your friends, with your... I don't know if you can call them friends, because if they were pushing you to drink.
No, they wasn't great friends, no. They were like associates, I would say, that were leading me on the wrong path, really.
But why would you choose to go and drink? Did you feel an emptiness inside of you, was to forget your problems?
Wanted to like block my problems out, but I know it's kind of selfish now. Basically, when I drank, then basically I wouldn't have to think so hard about the problems what I had. So I just buried myself in the drink.
It was a way for you to escape.
Yes.
So, but the next day when you would wake up and you knew that you would have drunk, you would have stopped and not replied to your wife, how would you feel within yourself?
I feel really bad for doing that, you know. So that's when I start to try and amends that. I used to not always be out every weekend drinking. I used to try and take the family out sometimes weekends, especially in the summer holidays, take them to like amusement places and stuff. But it would always seem to happen again. I would stay out probably the next time, be one good and then 2, 3 bad. You know, that's how it was going on.
For sure, I believe you didn't want to drink and be a bad example in your house. Yeah. I believe you want to be a good father, good husband, right?
Yeah.
But there was a thing inside of you that would push you to go that way, right?
Yes. What I used to do, I used to take it away from home. And that's why I used to stay out all night, because I didn't want it around, doing it around the kids and doing it at home. So I would eventually start staying out all night.
So how was the situation in your house with your kids?
Well, where I was staying out and that, coming back, it started, my oldest son, Lucas, he started getting like an attitude problem. So he used to start answering me back and stuff like that. And there used to be all right when I used to stay in, but when I stayed out now, he'd start getting annoyed about it and stuff like that. So that would drive me to go back out again, not to deal with it. So it was like a vicious cycle. So
you found that you didn't have the strength to deal with the situation, and the best way was escaping the alcohol.
Well, I tried to deal with the situation, but it seemed like it would be escalating more, so I would go out and do the same process again.
And how would you feel, Miss Sylvia, about this situation?
Yeah, that used to annoy me because I thought, well, he should try and talk to, his son's trying to talk to him and he wouldn't listen, so it did upset me a lot,
And as a mother, how would you feel?
Yeah, I was really upset. I tried to talk to him to listen, tell him, my husband to listen to my eldest son Lucas when he's talking, that he should try and listen because they need to understand what's going on,
And the things were not working out?
No, well, I was listening, but I felt really bad with the situation, but I didn't know how to handle it. So I would go back to drinking again.
Did you seek help in a professional way, the doctor or something?
Later on down the time, I tried to seek help. Went to Alcoholic Anonymous drugs thing, and basically they tried to help out. Wasn't when I went there, I used to see other people that I knew was taking drugs, and basically there was drug dealers actually trying to get rid of stuff in the actual place.
Wow.
So I said, this is not where I belong, so I just kept on the same way, basically.
So you tried, but you didn't cope well with the situation, right?
Yeah.
And Pastor Neil, how many people right now are watching this program with the same situation?
For sure, for sure. It's very important what they're saying, because as he said, that he was not a good example for his house. And then he started to see the fruits of his son start to behave. So he was in a position where he could not demand change from the son because he himself wasn't yet changed.
Yes.
And then that's exactly what is going on in many homes.
Yeah, but it's possible to change your life. We are going to go for a break. And after this break, we are going to carry on with the story because I want to know what was their lowest point in their life. What was that situation where they said, it's enough, I can't take this anymore, I have to do something to change the situation. So let's go for a break. When we come back, we are going to discuss more, find out what was the lowest point and what did they do through faith in God to change the situation. Because if they're here today, it's because their life was changed. Let's go for a short break, we'll come back after.
Time is an illusion. There is only the now.
So now's a good time?
Oh.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
If it's in the cinema, it's on screen. On screen, on MyTV. Get all the recent news updates with France 24. Watch France 24 on MyTV. Football, football and football. More football than ever. Championships and Bundesliga legends are closer than you think with Kickoff. Watch Kickoff on MyTV. Latest digital inventions, cyber concerns and much more uncovered in Shift. Everything you need to know about the modern digital world. Watch Shift on MyTV.
Welcome back to Finding Answers, and we are here with a lovely couple that is, a husband who refugied himself in alcohol, a wife that was depressed, feeling lonely inside our house, 2 children that were with a big problem in their lives. So, Mrs. How did everything, or let me say like this, when was the last or the worst moment of your situation, of your life?
When our son actually misread the Bible, and then he went into our kitchen in the middle of the night and actually harmed himself.
He tried to harm himself?
Yeah.
Yes.
What did he do?
One night I heard one of my sons got up. It was the oldest one, Lucas. He went in about 2 o'clock in the morning, went in the kitchen, and I came in there. I saw him doing something. He picked up a meat chopper and he was starting to try and chop his arm.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. My God. You see, this is the importance to let you know, your viewer. Religion kills. Faith, intelligent faith in God, lifts us up. So when you take God's words, you have to know that you have to apply that words in an intelligent way. And when you do that, you will see the benefits. Unfortunately, your son misunderstood that situation. How, were you still drinking that time?
At the time, I wasn't at home, and I was actually drinking and taking drugs at the time. My wife rang me and told me what the situation, and I almost went crazy on the road.
Wow.
See, your house was falling apart.
Yeah.
And at that moment, you are watching your house falling apart. You would like for it to be restored at that time before you found faith. Yes. You could not do nothing.
I felt I was just trapped in my own cycle. Couldn't go out, and there was nowhere for me to turn.
Pastor David, there are many people, they are in this desperate situation. They are right before their eyes, the house is falling apart. And there's nothing at this moment, they said, there's nothing I can do. But with faith, it can be restored.
Yes, it's true. So when did your life started changing?
Well, it still went on for a long while. Next thing I knew, I got ill, and went to the hospital, and they told me that 3 of the bones in my neck have moved over into my spiral column. So it's affected me walking. So I was on like a walking stick.
You started walking with a stick?
Yeah, walking stick, because
Wow.
I couldn't run. My foot would drag along the floor when I tried to run.
So how did you find this intelligent faith?
That didn't happen until, my other son, actually, he tried to hurt himself and all. So after that, while I was sick, I had my other son, with a mental illness. So that was like the breaking point for me to actually start finding my faith in God, because there was absolutely nowhere else I could turn.
You didn't have anyone else to go?
No.
You turned to God?
Yeah.
So you went together to the place of worship?
Yes.
So you started to learn how to use your faith?
Yes.
For sure, it didn't change like this, right?
No, it didn't change, but things started to change straight away.
Okay. What happened straight away?
I felt more better. I felt like I could control myself a bit more. I wouldn't want to drink so much. I would want to pray more and try and trust in God.
So and the alcohol?
Finally, I just gave it up without going to rehab or anything like that. The drugs, I just stopped it completely. I just didn't feel the need for it again.
And the drugs as well?
And the drugs again, yeah.
And what about your depression?
Yes, I started to use my faith and I started praying a lot more. You know, and I felt better, a bit of release that I'm praying to God.
So prayer worked for you?
Inside, yeah, I started feeling better.
It lifted you up?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
So how is your environment today in the family?
Well, I went through my operation and I came out okay from the operation. I was out of the hospital within a week, and then started to walk without a walking stick, and then finally got married. My kids, I was able to see my boy come out of the mental institute, where he's been in there for a year and a half. He's not talking at the moment, but he's doing things for himself now, and he's getting much more better.
So you were together for 25 years, but you were not married?
Yes.
So you're newlyweds now. It's been what, a year now for you've been married?
Since April.
Oh, you legally officialized your marriage. How do you feel now as a wife, as a mother?
I was happy because it's been so long. I wasn't, you know, I was hoping it would happen, and you know, I prayed.
How long it lasted?
Sorry?
How long it lasted? How long the problem?
Forever.
About 5 years, I think.
5 years.
Yeah.
For 5 years you carried all these?
Yes, yeah.
Wow. You carried all this burden on your shoulders.
Yeah.
You are a fighter by yourself, huh?
Oh, yeah.
But today you have you can see you smile now because you are past it.
Yes, I'm past
you overcame it.
Yeah, I did.
So how is the marriage today?
Well, I'm much more better. I spend more time at home. I concentrate on my marriage instead of concentrating on going out and drinking and friends. It's much more better.
Yeah, normally we say we are suspicious to say. Let's ask the wife. How is he today?
Yeah, it's more easy to talk to. You know, it's more approachable. You know, I feel like the future is going to be better.
You know, everything started to change when you learned to use your faith, when both of you learned to practice the Word of God.
Yes.
God's Word changed your life.
Yes, we both started praying a lot together and reading the Bible more. And by using our faith, everything started to change, you know, quite quickly.
So you recovered, you're already walking without the stick?
Yes, I'm still doing like gym 3 days a week.
Yeah.
I'm getting much more stronger each day. Yeah.
The drugs, no more?
I don't even feel for it anymore.
You don't even feel a craving?
Yeah, no cravings. No,
the alcohol, the friends?
No cravings, no friends. So, well, they ring me, but I say, I talk to them, they know that I changed my life from that way to a different way of living.
No more going out at night?
No, my wife comes first now.
Your wife? That's a wonderful thing, you see. So today, Sylvia, you are a different woman.
Yes.
You're more lively, stronger.
Yes.
How is your relationship?
We're more closer. We communicate better.
Much better?
Yes, much better.
How is your husband today?
He's more alive. Well, you know, how I first met him.
Are you happy?
Yes, much more happy.
Do you give thanks to God for all that He has done for you?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
You know, Pastor Neil, my friend viewer, I have a saying, this is my personal saying, a family that prays together stays together. If you pray together with your family and you ask God for Him to help you, a family that prays together stays together. You know, as you can see now on screen, as we are coming here together in the screen, you can be sure that the same thing can happen in your life. It doesn't matter what you go through or the problems that you're facing. For every problem, there is a solution. I want you to believe that there is a solution. And like this couple's life was changed. He doesn't drink anymore. He doesn't have drugs anymore. He recovered from the illness that he had. His children are getting back together. They're getting better, recovering. The wife overcame her personal issues. And everything started moving forward. The same can happen to you. If you are watching us right now and you say, but what can I do? Well, you can join us for the moment of prayer. We are going to do in the next segment a prayer at the foot of the cross, determining that God will touch you wherever you are right now. And I believe that this faith, this intelligent faith, not religion, We're not talking about religion that makes you put Bible under your arm and amen, praise the Lord all the time. No, no, no. It's not that kind of religion I'm talking about. I'm talking about an intelligent faith. Jesus said that he carried on the cross, upon the cross, our suffering, our pain, and he carried it for us. So if I understand that, I tell my God, God, you carried for me, I don't want it anymore. Do you want to carry your suffering? Do you want to carry on being like this? I believe you don't. If you don't, give us a call at 020-7686-6300 and an advisor will be on the other side to hear you out and say a prayer in your behalf. Or if you prefer to talk to me or to Pastor Neil, you can email us at help@findinganswers, help@findinganswers.tv. Let's go for a short break because we are going to prepare ourselves for the moment of prayer. And if you believe, no matter where you are right now, God will touch your life. Let's go for a short break. We'll come back after.
The matters of the heart are the most bothersome.
We like to explore in details what people have been through, what couples have been through, so that we can highlight some points.
Learn to love intelligently. Watch Love Talk on MyTV. Meet the amazing SUV Jaguar, the stylish Fiat, a vintage VW, a sporty Honda, and the Green Smart ED. Drive it, test it, know it. We have cars for any taste. Explore vehicles and their features with our weekly show. Watch Drive It on MyTV.
Do the maths. Changing your life is not as simple as changing your hairstyle, your shirt, or rearranging the furniture in your living room. You're talking about years of deep-rooted habits, behaviours and problems that are not going to change overnight. Many may say, think positively, but the trouble with that is that you can't do or change anything with just thoughts. But add action into the equation and the outcome can be different. Let's do the maths. Positive thinking plus action equals a change. Whatever it is, if the change is significant, if it's worthwhile, then it will have to take time, effort, and homework from you.
Latest digital inventions, cyber concerns, and much more uncovered in Shift. Everything you need to know about the modern digital world. Watch Shift on MyTV. Football, football, and football. More football than ever. Championships and Bundesliga legends are closer than you think with Kickoff. Watch Kickoff on MyTV. Watch The Chrissy B Show on MyTV.
I grew up with a lot of internal issues because I used to see my dad abusing my mum. It was a very difficult thing for me to see at such a young age. It affected me deeply. I grew up with low self-esteem and I used to look for ways to fill that void that I had inside of me through being with the wrong kinds of people. I didn't know how to say no. I felt like I didn't know who I was, and I had a lot of anger towards my dad for what he had done. So I refused to see him, I refused to speak to him, and I felt very empty inside. I really searched for ways to try and to fill this emptiness, but nothing worked. I felt unsatisfied. The worst moment was when I almost ended up getting into a situation where I almost lost my virginity, but not because I liked being with the person, but because I didn't know how to say no, because I didn't have any control over myself. I felt like I was just led by people. So when I got into that situation, it really scared me, because I thought, what more can happen if I have no control over myself? I don't know how to say no to people. I was a people pleaser. It was when I decided that I'd had enough, when I got to a point where I'd literally had enough of being the way that I was. I'd had enough of feeling down and empty and sad. I'd had enough of being led by people and not having control over myself. And it was when I developed my faith in God and the steps that I was taught, and I learned to grow, to know myself, to know who I was. It was then that I took those steps to change, and I did an 180-degree turn on like the people who were a bad influence on me. I said no to the way that I was. I determined that I would be a new person, I would be a different person, and I took steps towards that. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it, and I'm really happy with the person that I am today. I'm completely different. That void that I had, it's been filled, and I'm so much more happy. I forgave my dad. We rebuilt our relationship. My family is complete. Even though I came from a broken home, but I don't feel like I came from a broken home. I'm now happily married. I surround myself with people who are like-minded, so I know where I'm going. I'm focused, and I'm happy with life.
Hi, welcome back to Finding Answers. And as we are talking, Pastor Neil, you know, there are many people who want to rebuild their families, but they forget one important thing, is that you cannot rebuild or you cannot maintain a family if you don't maintain yourself well first.
For sure.
It's like you are in an airplane. Imagine when they are there, you know, the people are showing you how to your safety in an airplane. They always tell you like this: put your vest first, and then put it on your children.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Have you ever asked yourself why, Pastor Neil?
No.
Do you know why? Because if you put your children first, eventually you can die yourself after. If you put yourself first, you are safe first, and as you are safe first, then you can help your child. Are you understanding? And the same thing applies to faith in God. If this person, please look at me, if this person, you are watching us right now, if you don't take care of yourself, of your faith in God, if you don't come to God first and heal the wounds that you have inside, that issues that has been destroying you inside out, if you don't heal that first, how can you give love if you don't feel loved? How can you be patient if you don't have patience with yourself? How can you be kind if you are always nervous about everything? So, Pastor Neil, first there must be a change inside. And then the rest will show.
Because sometimes the person has a lot of family members living in the same house, but inside of that person, they're empty. It's like the house is empty, but there are people there. So first, before I can help the family, as you said, first I have to heal myself. And how do I heal myself? Through the power of faith. And you have to believe that God can do that for you. Just as you watch the couple, you see how first they suffered, then they came, then they started the process of healing, and then what happens? Today they're happy.
Yeah, today their lives is changed.
For sure.
Is the message of the cross, as you can see here. Love God above all things, and then love your neighbor as you love yourself. You cannot love your spouse, your husband, your wife, your children, if you first don't learn to love yourself. Yeah. And we want to say a prayer now in your behalf, because I believe that God is going to touch you right now, wherever you are.
Prepare now for the moment of prayer. If you would like us to make a prayer concerning your family and loved ones, send your name and prayer request to help@findinganswers.tv.
my Father, there are many families that at this moment that is broken. Families that is desperate for an answer, desperate to see solution. This son that is rebellious, this husband that he drinks, he smokes, he sleeps out. And at this moment, my Lord, maybe the wife, she's just crying. As we could see in the couple that how much they suffered. And my Lord, today, there are many broken homes. But my Lord, the great thing is that as you resurrect their homes, restore, you can do for this person. You can do for this man, this woman, this daughter that it looks as if there is no way back for her because she's out of her hand. She's disrespecting the mother, disrespecting the father. But my Lord, as we lay our hands here on the cross, you determine it's finished, it's over. And today, the couple that testified earlier on, those problems that they face is over. And my Lord, that's why right now I determine strength in the home of this woman, this man. And I pray for those also, my Lord, that they tell themselves that there's no way, but there's a way. And the way is faith. Faith is the power. And I pray for those who are in the hospital, those who are behind bars, those, my Lord, that they have been overpowered by the problem, financial, family, love life. This person that cannot sleep. This one, my Lord, that when he looks at his life is tied and there's no way for him. But my Lord, by faith there is a way. In the name of the Lord Jesus, I minister strength. You that you are watching now, I challenge you, lay your hands on the screen, whether your iPad, whatever you watch, lay your hands there and receive strength. Receive strength, because this strength you receive, you will take action and learn how to use the power of faith. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, my God, I surrender everything into your hands. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Praise God. Receive your victory right now. From the foot of the cross, I pass on to you right now, no matter where you are at this moment. Receive the victory that Jesus gave us on the cross. And if you believe, if you trust in God and in yourself, you can be sure that no matter what the problem you go through, God can heal you, and by healing you, you will pass this healing on to your family, and they will also receive happiness and joy in their lives. Do you believe? If you need our help, you can email us at help@findinganswers.tv. We'll be there to reply you, to talk to you, to pray for you. And I believe that you are not alone. If you are feeling alone right now, I'm telling you, you're not alone. Your fight's our fight, and we are here together because we want to see your life being transformed as well by the power of God. Like the live guests that we have, like all the testimonies that you watch in this program, the same can happen to you. May God bless you. Have a wonderful time, and see you next time in Finding Answers.
This program is brought to you by UCKG.